Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Sunday Lounge on Vape Lounge NI. And this afternoon, we've got myself, we have got Vape City Reviews up in the top left hand corner. And we have Vapor Bunny in the middle. And today we have a special guest. We have Graham McKenzie from Flavor Boss. So welcome Graham to Vape Lounge NI. We'll not bed you into the questions yet. We'll let a few people get into the chat and everything else before we start. You feel very uncomfortable? Well, before Daniel starts on you, basically.
Yeah, we'll see.
Payback's a bitch, McKenzie.
Payback's no, my hell was him posting a picture of my cup of water. No.
If you go back to my review of the latest Flavor Boss releases that I've done, Graham pops up quite regularly in that.
Hi Craig, hi Village Vapor. Can anybody let us know what the volumes are like for people in chat?
Yeah, we had volume records last week, so hopefully we'll be okay. Everyone's sounding low except Roy. Yeah, Craig, we're used to that. He's a loud fucker.
Roy likes to be heard.
Hey Maggie.
Oh Maggie.
Hi Dave.
Hey Dave.
Is that any better now? People in chat? Daniel, say something?
Hello.
No, it's a surprise.
No, Daniel.
Daniel says wee.
Audio is shit.
And trust Dan just to tell it like it is.
John Amanda and Graham, what you do?
It's a way to do it.
Oh, Graham, I've got a cracking pencil in your face. That's so good. That's good to see. Excellent.
You do understand this will become a war you do not want to have.
Oh, I'm ready for it. Bring it on, bitch.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going, man?
I think the next review I'm going to get you to do, I'm going to tell you something fruity, but in fact it's going to be 30% cinnamon.
Or like that, the Dictator's Lemonade, which was like 100% fucking colada.
It's not that cool compared to the original.
It blew the trunks off me. It did blow the trunks off me. But here, it's really good.
The flavours there, if you're not...
It is really good.
You're not used to the S23, but... Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's like rocket fuel.
I still to this day, and I was meant to put it into the floor. I want to try the tank.
Daniel Clements just asked you a very serious question there. I think he's rocking back and forth in his chair right now.
Daniel, when's the next order coming in? Need my new mod like yesterday. Connor, there's a couple of new ones coming in Monday, Tuesday. They'll be here Wednesday.
Buddy, I forgot about you, to be honest. Sorry.
Tut tut, Daniel. Tut tut.
No, I think in my young age, my brain's starting to go. The younger I look, the more I'm starting to forget.
And the larger the delusion you have.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Roy, our volumes are still far too low.
Even when he's turning them up,
I have them all.
even when they're being turned up, they're too low.
No, Zan says that's it sorted. Craig says it's fixed.
Try it now, Maggie.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, no, that's better.
Okay, happy days.
Yay! So speaks the voice from the other room.
Hi Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi William. Hi Dave.
Yeah, Roy can get through saying all these hellos now because he was too busy trying to sort shit out while we were already doing that.
So I do apologise, people, for that. Okay, so we'll just do the normal. Start off. Vapor Bunny.
Yes?
No, forget. What you get? What you get?
Cheeky bitch. Well, I've got two on the go today. Same old as usual. I've got my trusty G-Box 200, and in that I've got some of the rather lovely strawberry custard from Titanic Vapor.
Good, eh?
And for all you elitist snobs out there, I've got the ultimate goal, the ultimate setup. SX Mini Gold Edition G-Class with a good 1.5 on top.
Elitist.
Rather lovely custom-made drip tip done by Mr. Vaping. And in that I have Captain's Custard Lemon Curd, again from Titanic Vapor. Rather yummy. Bit of a coil killer, but so worth it. That's me done.
Here we go to next. Graham, what are you vaping on today?
Graham has frozen.
Graham is frozen.
Oh, what of his...
Someone needs to screen grab that.
Look at his face. Oh, I have to get that.
Yeah, you've got to get that screen grab before it disappears quickly. That's the ultimate blackmail material right there.
Oh, how do I get that? Hold on.
How did I get that?
Oh, that's really funny. Print screen. And
We'll have to call Graham in. You got it yet? No.
yeah, I got it. Are we going to wait on him coming back?
Yeah. Talk about yourselves.
You just
he's just dropped out.
I've dropped him out.
William looks like he's taking a dump. He probably is, William.
Yeah, Zan's just sent me the screenshot of it. Cheers, Zan, that's epic.
Why is he not calling Graham?
Rumour has it, William, when Graham goes on like a video like this, he wears a nappy. He can't go 2 hours without doing a poo.
Graham's camera's not letting me get him.
Here, I'll call him.
Yeah, apparently
I
he's
can't.
me on screen.
Yeah.
Can I call him, or do you need to call him,
You
Roy?
can call him as long as he gets into the VC call.
Okay, hold
But
on.
it's not letting me call him. He's gone yellow.
Hold on. He's offline.
Yeah, he's gone offline.
Oh, his whole system must have took a complete shit.
Yeah.
Right, we'll give him a few minutes to come back.
Okay, Daniel, what are you vaping on today?
Okay, I am vaping on. Oh, hold on, I need the burp.
That was loud.
Excuse me? What was loud?
You?
Turned me down. Okay, I am vaping on the Vape 2 with the UL Valerian, and in that I have some Wickliger Contra.
Oh, that stuff's lovely.
That's very bright, it's gorgeous. And this now comes in fucking huge bottles, 180 mils.
180?
180 mils. They're 150 mil short fills. 3 neck shots.
Nice.
Huge big things. So, I'm vaping on that.
Correct.
I'm also vaping on the older G-Priv.
I love that.
I owned this mod a long time ago, and it's been sold about 4 different times to loads of different people, and it's made its way back to me. And on that, I have the U-Force from the Vape 2, and in that, I am vaping some candy cane. Mr. Frosty candy cane, lovely stuff. And then I am vaping on the S-Body Legend DNA 75 with the old Triton 2, and in that, I have some Purple Haze. And there it is, the Mirage, Lost Vape Mirage DNA 75C with a Triton 2, and in that I'm vaping my all-day menthol frost from Element.
That's just a headache in a bottle.
Ah, it's so good. It's so good. I have lost chat.
I'm getting an echo from
I can hear myself, yeah.
yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I like listening to the sound of my own voice.
Oh, there's so many slagging opportunities there, but I think I'll refrain. I'll be a good girl today.
So, Roy, your turn, sir. What are you vaping on?
Well, today I'm on the Avenger.
Point
67.1.
What is the crack with the .1?
It vapes
Because
better.
apparently it vapes better.
And on top I've got the Kenzai. In that I have got some delicious ripe straw nanners
Oh, that stuff's lovely.
from Savage. Well, it's from Vape 100s, but it's part of Savage. I have got my G-Box
Yay!
with the drop on top at 56.1.
Oh, they're so sick.
And in that I have got Titanic's Captain Custard, butterscotch custard.
Yummy.
Zan, you can hardly hear me now. Good afternoon, Colin.
Hi, Colin.
Hi, Colin.
Also, I have got my VGod, with the VGod
Yay.
flipper on top. And in that, I've got... No, I haven't. I've
Hi,
got
Corey.
some vape cocktails.
Hey, Corey.
Pop cola. Hey, Corey. That's coming up for review very soon.
You've got the good stuff then.
It's a brand new, well, that's coming up for review, and that's also coming up for review as well. So that's why I'm vaping them, so I can get to know them. So keep picking the camera, so I do apologise. Nice foreign light. Oh my god. So yes, good evening, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Are you
Adam,
working?
king of the Wabs. Hello, Adam.
You working,
So
Adam?
excited you're here. There's Graham back in.
Woohoo!
So,
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Graham. What happened? Did your internet take a fit?
it's had a permanent fit. The entire village is down.
Oh, that's not good. So, we may want to get some questions in pretty sharpish, folks, just in case he drops out again.
He's stuttering
think
a bit
he
there,
has.
yeah.
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Graham,
Adam
see
said-
if
yeah.
you axe out of Pornhub. That might speed things up a wee bit for you, bud.
Good God, Ryan, what size Chinese was it if it took you until now to finish it?
That should be back on screen now, Graham. So welcome back,
So,
Graham from Flavour Boss.
No, according to Maggie, he's not on screen.
thank you very much.
It will be. Just there's the delay, Maggie.
There we go.
Yay.
Yes, Craig. Graham is from the east coast of Scotland. That's right, Graham, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew Flavour Boss was Scottish. Craig's Scottish as well, by the way. So yes, Craig, he's Scottish. Well and truly. And even though this is Vape Lounge NI, Daniel, are you typing?
No, Graham was.
Graham's typing. Even though it's Vape Lounge NI, we reach across to our Scottish brothers and sisters. The Welsh we don't know about, they're a bit dodgy on it.
So, do you think we should maybe get some questions out of Graham
Yes, we definitely should.
before his internet shits out again? The one and only Casey and Mackenzie. Two dicks together. I don't even know who that is.
Nor do I.
But thanks for that.
You know you've made it when you're getting trolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got an English director. So, if anybody in
So,
chat
I'm going to try and get this phone into a place that's got better signal.
Okay, buddy.
if anybody in chat has any questions for Graham, we'll keep an eye on those. 'Cause I know Daniel has a few questions already set up for him.
Have you? Have
what?
you?
I've got a fucking essay ready for him.
So, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have people in that's unknown.
He's definitely having some issues there. Is there anybody in chat uses Flavour Boss?
I know Zan does.
Yeah, Zan does. Has Flavour Boss any new flavours coming out? There we go. Now, just going from their website, Village, they actually can they actually get ideas from customers. The one and only uses Flavour Boss all the time, and Village Vapor uses them as well.
They also do 30ml sample bottles, like this. So instead, if you don't want to commit to a 500ml shot or a 1 litre shot, you can buy these, and if I'm right, they're either £2.50 or £3 for a full 30ml size sample. So you can actually taste the flavours before you go and commit to buying a whole sort of stuff, which is really, really good. And that's
that
some
is a
price.
good idea.
For 30ml of juice, that's some price. It's no more than about £3.
That's a very good idea.
William, I'm in the same boat as you. I haven't tried them yet either, so.
I keep meaning to. It's one of those. Yeah, I'm going to have to, order some, give them a try, see what they're like, and then I just get distracted by other things, and I just keep forgetting.
you can actually, if you buy the Boss shot, all you really need then is VG, and you can go to your local shop and get nicotine shots, and you can actually mix it up to the point where all you need to do is maybe decant 50ml into a 60ml bottle, dump your 10ml Nick shot in, and off you go.
I have 2 litres of VG sitting there, so.
See that you can make 2 litres up, Roy, and you can get 1 litre shots for £25–30.
But it's
so
not.
For sure.
But it's not Titanic's custard.
You are hooked on Titanic's custard.
I am well and truly hooked on it. It's I think James put something in there that makes it addictive. Not the nicotine, but because he doesn't put nicotine in it. I think he put something in there that makes it addictive, because I haven't gone a day since I've got those custards. The initial batch, I haven't gone a day without them. So,
without the custards, we have completely lost Graham.
Yeah. We have.
Yeah, he's offline completely.
Yeah, he did say
he was trying to
major problems over there, so the weather's probably playing havoc with it.
The one and only. It looks like he's having internet problems. He was fine last night. He came in to a call with us last night just to check his camera and stuff, and he was completely fine. So I don't know what's going on with him.
William Murphy, hooked on CJ Vape's White Grape. Ooh.
The CJ Vape stuff's fantastic, and that's been around a brave long time.
Craig, Adam, well, I know you're on the drip sauce double whammy. Every time you walk into that blooming shop, that's all you can smell.
I haven't tried the double whammy yet, but I hear very good things about it, so I'm going to have to maybe get a bottle of that next time I'm in the shop and give it a try.
Well, Adam didn't let me try his double whammy when I was there.
Oh, was he all like territorial and stuff, going, "My precious"?
Yeah, him and Zach was.
He hasn't paid his bills. You're probably right.
Go back to 2 bunnies on the screen.
Yay!
Oh, hello, Pete. Good to see you, buddy.
How are you, lad?
Roy, can you turn your mic up a bit?
Yeah, Adam says that's because it's all mine, Roy.
I think that's Graham back on. We'll try this again.
Round 3.
Is that any better for my mic, peoples?
Okay, there's Graham back in.
I paid my bill now.
Oh, and he's
fed the hamsters and all that.
You back on normal internet now?
Yeah, normal internet.
Do you know what? When your internet goes, you really do miss it.
Mine went we were in a VC call the other night. There was loads of people in it, and Aries and Vic and everybody else was in it, and mine crashed out completely, and I was just sat here going.
Yeah, he was crying because he was missing out.
Right.
It just gave us half an hour to rip the piss out of him when he wasn't there to, argue back.
It's fair enough.
Not right, babe.
Right, Graham, are you ready?
No, not yet.
This is your life.
I haven't got him on screen yet.
Come on, chop chop. Can't get the bloody staff these days, can you?
Right, he's on screen now.
Yay!
Oh, there I am.
Welcome back.
Gracias.
Pete.
I am going to put you through
the ringer
here. And I just hope to God you don't pay me back. I'll be tame to start. I'll be tame to start with, and if anybody in chat has questions,
That's my internet gone again.
throw them up in the chat, and we'll get them passed on to Graham as well. And Graham can also see chat too. So Graham, I'm going to start nice and simple. We'll break you in gently. When did Flavor Boss begin, and why?
September 2015. So it's actually been over a couple of years now. It basically started from a fallout in a vape group on Facebook. Funny that.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, so the way it came about is that Rob, who's the director of the business, was buying in concentrate so people could mix stuff at home. When it originally started, it was 2 litre option only, so not even the 500 that you get now, it'd be 4 times that. Just so it was enough to order it in. Looper was the first one, so and it kind of just grew from there rather rapidly. I didn't actually join the company properly until April this year, or last year. So, but I've been around for quite some time in the group and stuff like that, so everyone associates the business to me, which I think probably suits Rob a little bit, because we both get bombarded with messages all the time. So
the most common message I see is I placed an order at 10 o'clock last night and it hasn't arrived in this morning's post. Can someone tell me why?
Yeah,
that's a common one, isn't it?
Yeah, some are joking, some aren't. The best one was, I placed my order at 2 AM. It's now 8:30. Why have I not had a completed message? Let me think. I wonder why. So,
we've lost the cast there, Roy.
Back.
Are we back?
Yeah.
I've actually got the cast up. We're off screen.
no, we're on it. Mine.
Yeah, give it a second. Delays.
Alright, there we go. Back on. Right, well, that sort of leads me into my next question. Did you anticipate the huge success from sort of when you started to how quick it snowballed?
No, absolutely not. It was surprising. I think it was started in September and it was March where the popularity of DIY started to really take a grip. And it was a shitstorm for a month because it took us all back. None of us expected it.
Think you weren't prepared for the influx type of thing?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, we certainly had enough stock and stuff like that, but we didn't have staff. There was no staff at that point. So even though I wasn't working for the company, I went down and helped out and stuff like that. So yeah, it certainly took us by surprise. We're a lot more capable to handle it now, obviously. But back then it was a bit touching cloth at points, I think, is probably the best way to describe it.
I like touching cloth. Did the international, when did that start? When you sort of you branched out? March, that started going international. Is that worldwide now? I know you're big in Germany at the minute.
Yeah, we ship to 84 countries.
Wow. Wow, that's absolutely huge.
Yeah, so it's certainly grown, and there's more interest elsewhere. But the thing is that a lot of people don't realise you need to be specifically aware of the regulations in those countries. I mean, we've sent as far as Chile, Paraguay, Peru,
wow,
New Zealand, Australia, Thailand, the whole lot. So
that skips me ahead. The question you touched on the regulations for different countries. Are you aware of, or do you think DIY in general, even for the UK, is going to be subject to further regulations? And are you preparing for that at the minute?
I do think that something will come in. What comes in, I don't know. Obviously, with a TRPR, the 10ml bottle effect is probably going to come in a little bit stricter than what it is at the moment, which would probably cover 0 milligram, which would then affect us. So in that respect, yes, we are preparing for it.
Okay.
If it does come in, we're moving unit at the moment. We've got Graham Kerr on board now, doing recipe creation and stuff like that. So the business is going to eventually become fully TRPR for it, but it'll take time. But I don't think anything's going to come in the immediate future that's going to really affect us.
Do you think that somewhere in the future, where do you see DIY going in the future? Do you see it becoming sort of the majority for people making their own liquids because of further regulations, or do you see DIY dropping off and sort of pre-made liquids being the main focus?
That I think is going to come down to what happens to short fill regulation.
Okay.
I think that'll be a massive point to whether DIY continues to grow as much as it's growing at the moment, or whether that stagnates a bit.
Yeah. It could sort of be make or break.
Well, you've got companies like Vaporized that are absolutely adamant that 10ml is the best way to go about it, and now they're stocking short fills because they're losing out in cash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's hypocritical at best, but
I think the Vaporized possibly overbought in the 10 mils, and
that's exactly what's happened.
They're just trying to clear stock, and they're taking that stance solely because they've so much money invested in stock in 10 mils.
Oh yeah, they've got a full production facility and stuff like that they would expect people to go through them for to do, and it's not happened. So yeah, okay, you've lost money left, right and centre, but you're turning around and saying that short fills are terrible and they're a black mark on the market, and then you turn around and say, oh, we're stocking them now.
Well, I know Alex from Donut Dude, Gummy Dude, whenever TPD came in, he did all his complete range of Donut Dude and Gummy Dude into 10ml bottles, into the box and everything else, and now he's left with, I think it's like £400,000 worth of stock that he can't sell.
It's madness.
Because he's just brought them all back out in the short fills because he can't sell them in America. That's where he's from.
Right.
And he can't sell them, and well, nobody wants them in the UK. Nobody wants to take them on.
Yeah.
So I think he's what he started doing. He started breaking them down and then just sending out the 10ml bottles as samples, free samples to people. So
that had hit a lot of local stores who were caught short, because when the TRPR was first introduced, it looked like it was going to go just the 10 mils packaged up, and a lot of stores were preparing, and probably rightly so preparing, to get the right stock in for the deadline. And then the next thing, short fills hit the scene pretty quick, and a lot of the stores were left with these pre-packaged 10ml bottles, which nobody wanted to buy, and it took everybody by surprise.
Okay, so a couple of questions then from chat. Sorry, Bonnie, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've just read Adam Nichols' comment. He raises a very valid point there. Do you not feel there will always be a way around short fill regulation, and how do you think they will regulate it, and do you think it'll be a bit half-arsed like the TPD has been?
Yeah, I seen that. I started smiling when I read it. One thing that the vaping industry is known for is finding out a way around something. Now you have bigger companies like Vaporized that will be hard-lined against a 10ml, and it must be done this way, blah 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 blah. And yes, okay, they do have probably have more political contacts that will be able to influence more on what the TRPR will become when it gets fully properly looked at again, when it gets looked at in Parliament. I think it's next year. It's scheduled for. It might be 2 years. I need to double check. Can you regulate flavoured glycerin? There's many ways you could name it. There's many ways that you could label it. There's many ways you could sell it. So it is. If they go half-arsed, there'll be a way around it. If they go gung ho against it, then the shortfalls will be gone. it depends on how much political backing that people are going to drum up for it.
Well,
is the main thing.
One of the big statistics that well, not that it's a big statistic, but one of the statistics that I've just seen recently is that 56% of smokers who are MPs at Westminster have converted to e-cigs since TPD's come in.
Yep.
So the more vapors that there is in Westminster, the less chance there is of strict regulations coming in. But I do think the next step, because of the health authorities in England, because their stance now on pushing e-cigs, even though they brought out a video quite recently promoting it, I think the next step is going to be legislated to make it a licensed product.
Yeah.
I think that's the next step that's going to come down the tube.
But surely they could only put a license on it like that if it contains nicotine. If it doesn't contain nicotine, they can't perceive it as being something that needs licensed.
They can license anything, can be licensed.
As Graham was saying, they can name it in whatever way they want and slap a regulation onto it.
Yeah.
And the thing is as well, with the likes of Flavour Boss's business, if they're going to license it as a medical product and blah blah blah, and it's going to go to 10 mils, they're not going to want companies like Flavour Boss where people can create a litre of e-liquid for very little, when they're going to license it, regulate it, tax it, and you're buying a 10 ml bottle, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds.
Yeah, so basically it's all coming down to money at the end of the day. They really 100%. Don't give a shit.
I don't think it matters how many
good,
politicians.
Bad, or indifferent.
Yeah,
it's just about how they can line their own pockets.
Yeah, you could have 60 politicians in Westminster vaping, but it doesn't come down to opinion. It all comes down to money at the end of the day.
If they go and put e-cigs on prescription, that gives Big Pharma their way in.
Yeah.
And they're looking for their way in.
Yeah, and that's going to be their way in.
By all means, I agree with a certain parts of it maybe being promoted through the NHS, but I don't agree with the NHS being able to actually supply them. They could recommend it as another alternative to quitting smoking, but I don't think it's a good idea for the NHS to actually start supplying kits, because as you say, that's how these big money orientated companies get their foot in the door, and that's how they're going to destroy the industry from the inside out. That's just my humble opinion on it. I
was talking to Dimitri about this, and I actually sort of seen that it's looking like it's going to go down that route where it's going to be classed as a medicine. And the thing is, we're not sick, we're not ill. No, I don't want to. We don't want to have to go to the chemist to pick up our prescription for our illness. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully that we have our own advocates going to do something to try and obviously change that. Craig, there was a question there, Graham, just scrolling back from Craig.
Yeah.
Has Flavour Boss got a shop up here in Scotland then? And if not, do you have any plans to open up maybe retail outlets, or are you just going to sort of stay online wholesale? Or?
Online wholesale at the moment. We're about to move unit, and there's a few changes coming to the business in the next few months that people will see. I can't see it going down a retail route at the moment. I don't see there being much point in it either. Yeah, I don't think retail would happen this year. I do think that you'll see Flavour Boss at expos.
Yeah,
because we're going to the Italian one for definite. So there isn't one at the moment in the pipeline for retail. Who knows what the future holds? It depends on how the DIY market works out as well. So
yeah, it's totally understandable.
Yeah.
What else was there? VH Reviews says, this is going back to what we were talking about before, or when the TRPR was first introduced, no clear info was portrayed, so shops didn't know what to do with regards to banning liquids to be prepared for the TPD, and he's 100% right.
Speaking of Maggie, sorry to ruin your train of thought there, but Maggie had asked a question earlier on. She would like to know why Graham does not have purple hair.
I was going to get to that as well.
I don't have purple hair because Mr. Casey is an asshole.
Well, that goes without reason.
Yeah,
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
And
Right.
Village Vapor had a question as well. He was curious to know, do Flavor Boss have any new flavors that are going to be being released anytime soon?
There's one that's getting ordered in, so that should get released in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Graham Kerr's coming on board, so me and Graham Kerr are going to be working on something together as a side project for Flavor Boss, and we have a list of flavors. I think there's about 40 that we're going to be working through.
There you go, Village Vapor. There's more than one.
Graham, right, I've got this question up here.
Oh God.
So we'll get this one out of the way quick because of a few more after that.
God. Graham, you might want to disconnect your internet.
You might want to brace yourself.
I'm going to ask for a refund on my bill.
I'll have the check sent out straight after the show. Right. People in chat may or may not know there was a bit of an issue going back a couple of months ago with Darkstar. Everybody's aware of Darkstar, who have a similar type business thing to Flavor Boss, and there was a bit of a copyright trademark hoo-ha issue with that, and all the sort of drama seems to have settled down. So my ultimate question is, are you and Darkstar being civil now with each other, maybe on a business side? Are you as friendly with each other, or is it just a no-go?
We don't speak. I highly doubt that Flavor Boss and Darkstar will ever see eye to eye on anything. Okay. I think the bridge has been well and truly burned. They'll do what they do, and we'll do what we do, and that'll be the end of it.
For those who don't know, Darkstar attempted to trademark Boss Shot, and they also attempted to trademark, is it Flavor Boss itself?
Yeah.
So they
Did
went in.
not have a shit fit over somebody using the term Nick Shot as well? They were trying to copyright that too.
They tried to copyright Nick Shot, but it got rejected. I think they got Bottle Shot, I think, if I remember rightly. So it is what it is.
It's child's play, to be honest. It's absolute child's play.
Whichever way you look at it, they still had every right to put it in for Boss Shot and Flavor Boss, regardless of whether Rob turned around and said that he wasn't going to use it or not. Whether he did or not, who knows?
The fact that he applied for it, I don't think was the issue. It was the way he did it, just being so sneaky and underhanded like that.
Yeah, I think it pissed a lot of people off. We knew about it before people came to us about it, but it's something that you just didn't want to go public with, because it will cause, and what eventually did turn out to be, a huge amount of drama for no reason.
Yeah, it's nothing that we want to sort of reignite. It was just, I was sure there was probably people watching this who were going to be curious.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's pretty public knowledge that Flavor Boss and Darkstar won't see eye to eye. They do what they do, and we'll do what we do. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's a live and let live scenario.
We'll scroll back through chat here. Craig says, with regards to pharma, they won't prescribe G classes. You wouldn't think so. They will probably do prescription the same way they do stop smoking prescription. Now, like for patches, gum, etc., you go in, tell your stop smoking. They probably will go down the NRT route if e-cigs go on to sort of licensed medication, if you will.
What I'd like to see them prescribe.
Maggie says, Maggie says, fuck Darkstar. We all agree with that.
What I'd like to see prescription-wise is give them a slip for a basic starter kit, which they then take to a vape shop, not to a chemist, but they take it to a vape shop. They hand that over, they get a small starter's kit, and they get enough juice then to last them for the first month or the first 2 months. But then after that, if they're quit smoking, the money that they would have used for smoking they can buy juice with instead. But that then helps the small brick and mortar shops out there to get going.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
know that doesn't. But then they can also go down. They can end up going down the route of boss shop. They'll get in the bigger quantities of it. But to me, it's the brick and mortar shops out there that we also need to help support as well.
100%.
Yeah, for local
100%.
business purposes, definitely. Definitely. I know, me personally, yes, you go to a brick and mortar, it's common practice, you will pay more than what you would pay on the internet. That's common practice, but I would much rather go and pay that little bit extra and get that face-to-face service at the same time. I would much rather do that.
You get it in your hand there and then. But
Exactly.
one of the other reasons that we have Flavour Boss on is because it's a UK company, and I'm all for supporting UK companies because it's keeping the UK scene going, and no doubt it's UK companies that help support the bricks and mortars. But it's this, ordering something from China, and over the last while, the amount of times I've actually seen people said they've got something from China and it's a clone, and it was supposed to be an original.
There's a lot of people out trying to save money, and that's understandable when people are having a hard time and they can't afford the premium e-liquids. Flavour Boss have provided a route there where you can get yourself enough e-liquid to do you a month for the same cost that it would have cost you to buy a 60ml bottle of e-liquid from your local vape store. So I'm not saying everybody needs to go down the DIY route, and, because some people do it, and they do that consistently, and they don't buy premium e-liquids. But you should support your local vape stores. But Flavour Boss have provided that option for people, and it's for vapors. Do you know what I mean? Vapors need to be able to save money because it gets really expensive, and to have that particular route to do that, I think is just fantastic.
Yeah, it certainly gets expensive when you get into this sort of side of things.
And Flavour Boss is really community driven, Graham. Like the Flavour Boss group's huge.
Yeah,
it's absolutely huge, and you do take on a lot of suggestions from the community members, don't you?
That's the way that the business started off with. It wasn't a matter of what we wanted to do, it was about what the customer wanted to do, and that's something that, although we've slightly deviated from that path now for several reasons, but still there was a poll up at the start of the year, what flavours do you want to see come out this year? So we now have an email that went out to 20,000 people, so I can now see everything that everybody wants for this year. So we've got a lovely long list that other companies haven't seen. So
hence why you're now developing 40 new flavours.
Well, yeah.
Because you've taken on board what your customers have asked you for.
Oh yeah, obviously. I'm not going to turn around and say, right, I'm releasing an apple pie and an apple pie V2 if people want a blackcurrant squash and an orange juice. Do you know what I mean? You need to listen to what people want. And then
I'm sure you've probably had quite a few weird suggestions as well.
Yeah.
That's not to do with vaping either.
One of them wanted to get a vape juice that they could also use as a sexual lubricant.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah. Roy, are you PMing Graham again with them weird suggestions?
He actually just sent me a message.
Your secret's out, babe. You've been busted.
Vape lube. Craig here says the point of stopping smoking, apart just skipping on past that. The point of stopping smoking, apart from health, is to save money. So damn right, I'm not paying £5 for 10ml of pish. I understand support bricks and mortar, but really that ain't going to save me money. Craig, like there's some people just cannot afford to pay anywhere £15 to £20 for 60ml of e-liquid, and it's totally understandable. And Flavour Boss, for a UK company to provide an outlet for you to continue to vape and not go back on the cigarettes is, that's the reason why it exists. Village Vapor, for me, it depends on if that B&M's ethos. I don't support places that give bad advice or are clearly just in it for the money.
100% agree.
Totally agree, Village Vapor.
100%.
That's one of the things. The backslash that we have, the backslash that we have, this back screen we have on there, and the shops that we have on there are all renowned for good service. So the likes of Titanic, likes of Root Boy, the likes of E6 Shop, Antrim, Total Labour, Vape Hunter, they're all renowned for having good customer service, and there's some of the staff at the end chat as well. So yeah.
There's it. Graham, you can call that. You can name your next juice that.
No, no.
And Graham,
Vape and rape.
One of the things I would say though,
Jesus, Maggie!
going into the
Oh Jesus Christ!
Here we go into the gutter. One of the things I would say, Craig, is get into bricks and mortar. You can actually try this first of all, because what I would say is, even though going into bricks and mortar and got that, whenever you taste it, no, I would be really disappointed if I got a big bottle of that.
I was exceptionally disappointed with that one, because I was so looking forward to that juice, and it smelled amazing in the bottle and whatnot. I threw it onto the dripper and was very nearly sick. It was that bad.
If anybody hasn't, have a watch my review.
Oh God! How did my week get a spanner?
That's the slogan. It's not great, but they say yes.
Yes, I have seen that slogan.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. That should be outlawed.
Hi, Mr. Nice. Good to see you, bud.
Hiya, John.
Hello. I know the person that runs that company that does that juice, and it made me cringe.
Yeah, I don't cringe easily either, but a tagline like that, yeah, there's no need for that whatsoever. That's just wrong on so many levels.
Graham, the artwork for I'm trying to not look at chat because it's just killing me. See the see the artwork for your boss shots. Is that is there many stages to that, or is that done by someone in house?
It's done by Alex in house. So he's basically the graphic designer and office manager. So he helps run the floor, but he does the graphic design work. So
does he have sort of yeses and nos of how far he's allowed to go, or is there do you have your own guidelines?
Yes and no. Dictator's Lemonade, the first version.
That's the one I was going to talk about.
I knew you would talk about that one. The one that nobody's seen really. I thought was absolutely fantastic, but looking back at it, it was also probably going to piss off half a continent. So, okay, it's changed. So, there's obviously limits to what you can do.
Do you think that sort of plainer type labels is the way forward, or would you prefer to go more extravagant, or are you just trying to find a happy medium? It's ridiculous because you're never going to please everybody, and it does help with sales if the labels are more attractive to the eye. Are you trying to find that medium?
Yeah, you could say that. The thing is, one of the main issues that a lot of people have with what B&M shops stock is the fact that the labels are enticing to children, which kind of seems to be the line at the moment. I think the majority of our labels are not enticing to children in the slightest. Okay, they might be slightly colourful, but I wouldn't say they were enticing to children.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, but you can always bet your ass there'll be some twat out there that would say it is because it's got a colour.
Let them.
It just seems to be that unless it's black and white nowadays, that you're just trying to snare the kids. It's like they make you sound like some backstreet peddler that's standing outside of school trying to scoop it over to the kids to get them hooked on it.
I've got an issue with all this. An issue with this, which is sort of tied to the children. What do they think? Most people that's going to look at towards vaping are going to be in around the 12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah, because curiosity, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going to cure, and it doesn't matter what's on that label because cigarette packets were never ever enticing to children.
Kids still took up smoking.
Exactly. A gold packet of Vincent Hedges, a blue packet of Regal. They didn't have all these little colourful things on it and everything else. And to me it's just eye catching. You know, if it's nice on a bottle, but if when people go down the route of selection boxes with chocolate in it, then some case
Yes.
I have it that I have an issue with. But it's colourful.
Fuck off, Sam.
But colourful.
What's Zan put in? Let's have a nosy.
Sorry, Roy Zan's doing print screens.
Really
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I do see that people. I see the point about the fact that the cigarette packets didn't have anything on them enticing to children, but I also think that the way that vaping has come onto the market is slightly different to the way that kids. I mean, I was 12 when I started smoking.
I was 9.
Jesus. I thought I was mad.
16.
That's when I started inhaling. I actually started smoking before that. And the only reason I know it is because I moved house round about when I was 9. I knew I smoked when I lived up in somewhere else. So, but
Adam, sorry, right. Adam says that he'd rather they focused on the liquid rather than the packaging. He normally finds the nicer the label in the bottle, the more paste the liquid tastes.
not always.
I wouldn't say that's
I
the
wouldn't
case
necessarily agree
overall.
with that because we.
That bottle there. Now look at that bottle there is colourful. It's cheeky. It crushes lips on it, and that juice is fantastic.
That juice is amazing, and he's just teasing me with that bottle now, isn't he? You can have a special finger for that one, Roy.
Don't you might want to sit on it?
No, he knows how much I love that juice, and he knows I've only got like a little tiny 10ml bottle of it, and I know rightly when I crack that little bottle open, it's going to be gone in like an hour.
And there's another colourful bottle.
Yeah, I did have one of those until I finished it yesterday.
John, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. He had surgery on Friday. His painkillers are great, and thanks for saying hi to my grandson, Jude. Yes,
Oh.
hello again to your grandson, Jude, and I'm
Hi
not
again,
singing.
Jude. And
not
John, I
singing
hope
Jude
you get
again.
better soon, sweetheart.
Village, you're 100% right. There's a big difference between colourful labels and the IP theft ones that some sell. 100%.
Yeah, no, the IP theft ones really grind my gears.
There is some that you can flirt around the borders with and get away with in general terms, but there is 2 or 3 specifically that I can think of straight away that I have no idea why they haven't been sued to hell and back by now.
Have you seen the Polo Mint one?
It's the Capri Sun.
Yeah, and the Polo Mints, they actually, when you buy a bottle of that Polo Mints liquid, you actually get a packet of Polo Mints with it.
Jesus Christ. That's frightening. But they're all at it. Even the hardware companies are at it. The Vaporesso switcher mod. That was called they were trying to call that the Spider-Man, the Vaporesso Spider-Man, and there was a change at the last minute to call that the Transformer. Or the switcher, sorry, it has like the spider design on it. So they're all at it.
And
They're the Iron
Transformer.
Yeah, and the Iron Maiden RDA, they took Iron Maiden's name and logo.
Yeah, and
That was a bit too
the
blatant.
style of the lettering was identical.
Yeah, 100%.
Or they could have been when Expo
Yeah.
Stadium was horrendous.
I was at the Expo in October and I was walking about going, how did you get away with this?
Snap Graham.
Yeah, we were there too.
Well,
And
so.
it was the Santa Claus giving out the selection boxes that got me though.
Murph,
Every time you seen Santa, he was pissed.
Murphy is still using the white Target. Murphy, I cannot believe that's still working. That's got to be 2 years ago.
Do you know, I've got
From the shop,
I
which
have
I'll not mention.
I have a purple Target kit that I've had now for 2 years, and it still works a treat. I do need to get some coils for the tank that goes with it, but it was a great little mod.
I've got the coils for it. That's what I use. I've got a Target in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Quickly touching on VH's review about what he said with regards to the imagery in Dictator's Lemonade compared to Trump and Chubby Wong. Generally, you'll get a lot of vectors and stuff like that for imagery that you can use on a free basis, and it doesn't matter regardless on how you use it. And
Roy, piss off.
that image for Dictator's Lemonade, part of it was done through a free vector. which they probably used as well.
The amount of hoops and red tape you have to go through is shocking.
Yeah.
And you know, it's also not fair when there is companies out there playing it by the rules, and as you say, you get the other companies just blatantly fucking ignoring them.
Yeah, because it's the can't even speak. The legitimate companies that do follow the rules are the ones that are forever being hammered and penalised with all these stupid rules and regulations and being told, no, you can't do this and no, you can't do that. And then you've got, you know, wee Johnny from Malaysia coming in with his blatant copyright rip-off of A, someone else's juice, and B, the branding for someone else's product, just throws them together and say, here, buy my shit. And he gets away with it. There's no comeback on any of those. But the people that do it correctly, that follow the rules, are the ones that are forever being trolled, basically.
Totally.
Yep.
We are over an hour in, and we never found out what you were vaping, Graham.
That's because his internet took a shit.
I forgot to pay the bill, remember?
We're not over an hour yet, we're just coming up to the hour.
Or coming up to the hour?
Yeah. He didn't
Yeah.
feed his hamster.
What the fuck's that?
Flavor Boss.
Is that is that vape lube?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So Graham's vaping a wee bit of vaping rip?
Somebody's going to say that on a name for a juice, and I'm going to be like, no.
Everybody,
Yeah,
get
you want
over,
to avoid that one?
everybody get over to Flavor Boss group and get that trending on it. That's
Vaping
it.
grape.
Yeah, hashtag vaping rip.
Vaping Rip. There you go. They put the group in there. Get on there. Get onto the group and get that trending on it.
Yeah, it's Phil's Vapor's right. It is about making a lot of money quickly. There are a lot of companies that will be there on the May Expo that will not be there in October,
Yeah, because they'll have their money made by the end of
Yeah.
June and they'll just fuck off again.
and they'll find something else to do and then bring that out in October.
Yep.
It happens a lot more than people realise. A lot more.
Oh yeah, it does. It is. It's easy money if you know. If you pick the right target audience, it is easy money. You can make an absolute butt ton of money in a very short space of time, and then you've enough to retire somewhere sunny. You know, your work's done.
Talking about Expo, we hopefully will have a Expo special show live from Expo and Casey's house on the Sunday.
Oh yes, I'll be back for the Sunday. Are you going to the Expo, Graham, in May?
No. Oh.
Are you going to be the Bahamas maybe then, or
Reading
Reading? It's close enough.
Beer Festival, far more important thing.
Oh well, yeah. I can see your point.
I know the dates for the October one, so I will be at the October one. Whether in official capacity or not, I don't know yet, but I will definitely be at the October one.
Cool.
One
Good.
way or another, you'll be there in October.
I've already booked the hotel.
Cool. I only
Good.
haven't booked for October yet, but we came home in October last time, and the very next day booked our hotel for May.
Yeah.
So
One of the things that I got an advantage of is that I know the dates for the October one this year. So I was like, I'm just going to book it now and save myself a couple £100.
yeah.
So
Well,
Graham.
we got 300 quid for our rooms for May, so
that's not too bad.
for three,
That's all right.
For 3 night, or yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
would stay Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and probably Sunday and fly back up because it's Birmingham. But that'll be a fly-B flight, so whether I survive that flight or not is another story.
Yeah, that's a fly maybe.
Yeah, it's a
That's
fly.
why
Maybe.
We're getting the boat.
Liverpool.
I'm going with fly maybe.
We're going.
I'm not
Belfast,
too happy
Liverpool,
about
and
it.
then train down. So
So in other words, on the Saturday, Casey, we're probably going to get a phone call from you rather irately at 2 o'clock in the afternoon saying I'm still fucking stuck in Belfast.
Or I'm in the middle of the ocean, one or the other.
Yeah, I'm swimming. I'll be with you in a couple of hours.
right,
Graham, do you vape boss shots or do you buy your liquid elsewhere, like
Dark.
Darkstar?
I think I've got 22 boss shots.
So that's
So-
it.
I've got 22 boss shots. I have, I think, 319 bottles of concentrates for mixing up stuff. So I can just make whatever I want.
Do you ever buy e-liquid elsewhere, or
I shouldn't really do this, but yes.
you do? Okay.
Who's that?
Bruce Bros.
But it's a bit like, I mean, that there's people there I would know would work in a fish and chip shop, and they don't eat fish and chips. They just sick of looking at it. You know,
Yeah.
or if you're constantly vaping the same stuff over and over and over again.
I'm a fussy bastard at the best of times when it comes to liquid. I'm not one that can vape everything. I'm just not one of those people. So, I mean, I could vape blue custard all day long if I could.
That's the thing. I've seen somebody else mention in chat earlier they've a bottle of blue custard sleeping,
Oh,
and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by blue custard.
That's Graham. That's Graham's happy face right there.
You see, Graham,
Blue custard, I'm guessing, is blueberry.
if we're talking about custard
Yeah.
cream, I've got drip sauce custard cream. I've got
Yeah, he's a custard junkie
Titanic,
right now.
banana custard. I've got cinnamon Danish custard. Butterscotch
Cinnamon
custard.
Danish is actually really, really nice.
I hate cinnamon.
I've got.
Yeah, I do as well,
custard.
but that's gorgeous.
It's a sweet cinnamon. It's not like a. It's.
It's not a pepper cinnamon, it's the really nice sweet.
Do you know if you go to Sainsbury's or Tesco's and you have their cinnamon apple Danish sitting?
He shops in Marks and Spencer, so you
Sorry, if you
wouldn't
go
know.
to
Waitrose.
Waitrose, and you go up to their,
I'm sorry.
bakery, you go up to their bakery counter, and they've got the apple cinnamon Danish sitting.
Animal?
Yeah, apple. And it's just like biting into that.
I mean, that's the thing about vaping. You can always make something to taste like something. Although I'm fighting with chocolate at the moment, that's rather annoying me.
Chocolate's a very hard one to nail down though, because
In
a
a while
lot of
I
chocolate
had-
vapes are either too dry, too powdery, or too bitter.
Yeah. In a while,
Very, very hard to nail chocolate properly.
I had the perfect milk chocolate, and then they changed it.
I vaped one called Golden Ticket,
Lemon good
a chocolate milk. That's probably the only one that I got on with.
Chocolate milk's a little bit easier to do, but part of the idea that me and Graham Kerr are going to work on requires me to have at least some form of a decent chocolate. So,
Yeah, Adam.
Holy crap. We've got like massive snowflakes now.
I am on. I'm on version 27 of the chocolate base at the moment.
Holy shit. 27.
Yeah.
Do you do anything like that?
No, that's
Your
chefs.
camera's not focusing, babe.
It's Mexican fried ice cream. That's chefs that do that.
I love that. But do you have anything? That sort of would
Remotely resemble it.
I've never had it, if I'm being honest. I've never had it, but I should probably get some the next time I order some concentrates from them.
It is. It's heaven.
Well, I'll give it a shot and see what it's like.
Graham, I have another question here for you. Is there, I don't know the best way to word this, is there any plans for you to create a boss shot that's sort of directed towards mouth-to-lung vapors? So, and I know you can mix the concentrates up, but you actually have the directions and the right quantities they add to a shot that's directed solely towards maybe someone on 12 milligram, 50-50, that type of thing?
There is a little small code, a QR code in the bottom corner of the boss shop. So if you scan that, and then it'll load up a screen, and you can get it mixed to any ratio at any strength you want.
We didn't know that, so there we go. There's a good bit of advice.
Yeah, so there's a boss shot calculator on the website as well. So basically you can say if you want a 50-50, you put in what nicotine base you've got, whether it's Nick shots, 48, 72, 100, depending on where you are. And then it'll give you all the values that you need then. So
That was my question for Casey, you dickhead.
Maggie's gonna whoop your ass. Again.
What was the question?
what you just asked
What
me,
you just
spoon.
asked about the mouth to
Well,
lung.
that was me. I gave Mr. Casey that question last night.
I think what Flower Boss are going to be doing with regards to releasing 250s will be probably a little bit more along the line for MTL users, because 500 is probably a bit too much of your mouth to lung. However, it just depends on what liquid you get. But
do you not think that's a big gap in the market, Graham? Because sort of high neck mouth to lung would usually be the majority.
I think high neck mouth to lung is harder to do since the TRPR came in.
Okay.
Because you can't openly buy the 72 milligram nick. It's very easy to get it from a lot of various places, but for the majority of people that don't know where to go for that sort of thing, then they're stuck to wanting to put in 25 nick shots into a 500ml bottle to try and get close to a strength that they need.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing, because most newbies wouldn't know where to source stuff.
What about Nick salts? Is there any plans for that?
we'll be releasing our own nicotine shots, but with regards to Nick salts, not at the moment.
Okay. What do you think about Nick salts?
If you're an MTL vapor, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect because it's smooth as anything. You don't get any harshness from it, and it just works to what you need.
It seems to be filtering its way into the market, doesn't it? Slowly, but it does seem to be making its way in.
Yeah. There's one well-known company that are selling it on eBay and that as well. So
yeah, I've seen that there's a juice line. I don't know.
Dr. Nick salts.
No, they're actual juice line. Naked 100. They've released a whole line of liquids, all with Nick salts.
All right, yeah, Dr. Nick salt, Element, Naked 100. I love their Frostbite. I absolutely adore their Frostbite.
Naked 100?
Yeah, Frostbite is one of my favourite all-time juices.
Was it a menthol?
Yeah, Frostbite.
Oh, with a name like Frostbite,
the Element, that's what I vape all day, the Element Frost.
Alright, no. Naked 100, Frostbite.
Stripple Reborn, San says he really wants to try it, San.
I need to send you some. You've not had that, or do you?
Did you know what was the last three? No, it was. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Vaping. Well, how do you say that?
I'm not saying it because I don't know how to say it.
I was going to Vaping. See that gingerbread latte.
That one's special.
That's a really, really good liquid, and I know I
can't stand coffee vape, so I drink coffee by the bucket load, but I can't vape it. It's
see, honestly, I couldn't. I'm sure I didn't even get close to breaking down what's in that, but that's a special. It's a really complicated juice.
Yeah, you didn't get close to it.
And you didn't. It's impossible, but it's stunning. It's stunning.
It's probably the best release of last year.
Yeah, I don't have the Stripple Graham.
No, I need to send you some. I'll get some sorted out for you.
I definitely don't.
No, yeah, I thought I'd send you some, but obviously if not, so I'll get it sorted.
No worries. Right, I'll go through I've a few more questions here because I don't want to run out of time. Any plans for shots that are going to be over the 1 litre mark? And we're getting tortured on the group for the 250ml versions.
Still getting tortured for it. We're moving unit, so
is that for space?
Yeah, we've completely outgrown. It's ridiculous.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. So, oh god, 2 seconds. Man United are losing.
Oh, for fuck's sake! That doesn't surprise me.
So,
nothing in the planning then for anything with a plus litre mark then?
No.
Okay.
No. The market's just not big enough for it. It used to be, because we used to be by 2 litres only, and then worked down to 1 litre, then 500. But 250s give a lot more option for people to try various things at once. So.
Okay. Someone had asked about the quality control procedures for where you make the shots. Is there?
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit about your clean rooms and stuff like that?
There's a whole list of procedures that you need to follow by PPE equipment and everything that you can think of. It's all there. We're in the process of making it even stricter for the new unit because it comes to very silly little things that you wouldn't think of, like a blue plaster policy. people are like, what? A plaster policy? Yep, you have to have that now. So it's just making sure that you've got the right policies and procedures in place.
Please excuse me. I
Everything's
need some coffee.
pretty strictly.
Right. What else? What's your thoughts? See, this one could go on a bit. We'll scoot this one quick. What's your thoughts on the TRPR, and how did it affect the Flavour Boss business?
Yeah, I could be here a while.
Yeah. Sort of the shortened version.
The shortened version is that it didn't affect us
At all?
No.
Did it help the business? Did you maybe see more of an influx in?
There is more people looking into DIY in general now. So,
Roy, this was a question you asked last night. Can you put a value on UK/worldwide reviewers?
a value on them.
How valuable have they been to Flavour Boss?
I think the way that Flavour Boss originally started was when I was looking for reviewers, I was looking for people that either reviewed things properly, because if you don't like the thing, then just say you don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's going to be different. So for Mr. Casey, for example, I think we were probably one of the first ones to send him stuff. And that's generally how we like it. So we've got 2 or 3 people that we'll send stuff to religiously. Mr. Casey, the arsehole that posts pictures of my hair. So yeah. But I always try and look after them. If they don't like the liquid, then you don't like it. I don't like everything that we sell. If somebody likes everything that they sell, then they're not doing it right.
Yeah, 100%. That's 100% right. You said Graham and Flavour Boss supported me. Here we start. Supported me when I was a really small channel. I think I was 300, 400 subscribers. And Graham got in touch with me and supported me from the word go. Do you do that deliberately, Graham, sort of supporting smaller local reviewers, or as you say, is it just you want someone who's just going to be honest? Or I mean, would you also try and sort of pick out big reviewers, because it is about getting the name out there, and it can help with promoting.
For regular reviews, it was me that looked and decided who to choose from, and obviously the list is endless.
Yeah.
About November time, we reached out to a lot bigger reviewers on a lot larger scale that people wouldn't really see. It's not necessarily going to be on Facebook, it wasn't going to be on Twitter, it wasn't going to be on YouTube. So a lot of people wouldn't have seen that, because you get the blogger side of things and their influences and whatnot. I mean, the biggest one that we did was In Touch Rugby, I think, and he had over a 700,000 person reach at that point.
Wow.
Which is larger now. But so yeah, you need to be smart on how you try and get your brand across. But the core, I would rather support from the very small, as long as they can show that they know how to review properly.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why there's some reviewers that haven't worked out. It's just sometimes the way it goes. But people need to be honest with it. There's too many reviewers out there that will be brown-nosing everything that they can get their hands on. Yep. And that isn't a reviewer. That's someone just trying to get stuff for free because they can.
100%.
And I don't play for that. So.
Well, it's like just talking about reviewers and everything else. This is more Vape Lounge NI channel related. We have plans for a couple of bigger reviewers after they come on in guest slots. We have Vaping with Vic.
He's a good guy.
Also, Sir Vape a lot, Vinny.
Right. Yep.
They've both have agreed to come onto the channel to help, just in the guest slot and help promote, because we are a new channel.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of people out there knows Daniel. A few, maybe 1, 2 people know me. And Bonnie does a show on BUKN, and I also run BUKN as well. So
I messaged Phil Basardo and he fucking completely ignored me.
I'm not surprised.
you both said that at the same time.
I would ignore you too. I wish I'd ignored you to start with.
He didn't even read my message, fucker.
But
Yeah.
my history with Daniel was that I get kicked off a Facebook group 4 times, and he got me back into it, and we just started chatting from there. So.
Only 4 times.
He's been flirting with me ever since.
What you
Roy?
perceive as
Yours is
flirting and what actually is flirting are 2 very different things.
You see,
I think everybody flirts with me.
Daniel's already married with Anne, so.
Yeah, I think Daniel wins on the bromance stakes there.
Yeah, Pam and 5 sisters.
Yeah.
Steve, see, actually, you're saying Phil wouldn't contact anyone who isn't under 500,000. I was actually in a show. Vinny got Phil and Dimitri on to his channel. Vinny's sitting on about 2,500 subs, and there was only 30-40 people in the show, and they were brilliant. They sat for an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, talking, and Phil and Dimitri were brilliant. I honestly couldn't complain.
I caught a little bit of that show.
It was a good show. I'm just complaining that he didn't answer my question. He didn't answer my message.
It would be a Village. I don't think it would be very complimentary if Phil, or if he pretended to be Vic and contacted Phil.
I'd have more.
I will hound him. I will hound him until he gets in touch with me.
Well, he'll probably tell you to fuck off because you've now got Vic on the channel now. So.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's true. They don't really see eye to eye at the minute.
To be honest, I would much rather have Vic than Phil.
The whole honesty part kinda.
It triggered him. It definitely triggered him.
It triggered him and then some.
Well, at the end of the day, if you can't take constructive criticism on a product, don't put your product out there. Don't put your name to something that you are not prepared to take criticism on, because
100%.
not everybody's going to like your product. And I think that was overkill purely because Vic shared his honest opinion. He's entitled to that honest opinion.
100%.
So why did everybody feel the need to try and outlaw him for that? That was overkill. There was really no need.
Right.
Did you remember to send
Yes.
Phil the
Vic,
250 message fee?
Very good.
Bro, I'm going to send Phil the 250 message fee once I've finished paying Graham's bill for coming on to this show. Was it 500, Graham? Is that right?
But I was really.
Closer to the grand, mate.
I was really surprised. So I get contacted by a juice company in America, and one of the first questions they asked me was what was my fee for reviewing a juice. That's
You should have said nudes.
that vape cocktail. I met the guy. I met the guy at Expo in October, and because I didn't ask him for the free shit, I've actually bought one of the juices he was selling at the time, and that's how he remembered me. But it's getting asked, what is my fee? And when I said I don't have it, I don't charge a fee. You know, if I get the juice, I'll do an honest opinion on the juice, and well, brilliant, fantastic. So I'm the first reviewer was worldwide basically to get my hands on that vape cocktail juice, and so far it's looking very good. But they're coming up. They also, the owners of Vape Cocktail, Greg and Dali will be calling in from California to speak to us hopefully in a couple of weeks' time.
Can I share pictures on here?
Oh God.
No, you can't.
No?
Good.
No, because you're not controlling the stream.
You need to send it to me and I can put it up.
Right, I'm gonna send it to you. How do
And
I
if it's a picture of me, do not post it.
You've got you've got a purple hair one up, especially for Maggie. Because
It's about the next question.
she feels
so
robbed at no
Graham,
purple hair.
4 litres. And we'll go
it has to be done. Right, there we are. Right, Roy, I just sent you that, and don't put it up yet until I ask Graham this next question. Graham, I'm so sorry. To your VC.
Sorry, my arse.
I am sorry because he looks really angry at me.
He's probably just nervous.
Oh,
I have
Maggie.
lost chat.
Maggie, I'm stealing your husband. Sorry.
You and my husband shagging because I hear all about it. Right, so the next question.
Hang on, give me 2 seconds to get ready.
Yeah, he needs to have the picture ready to go. Click.
He's smiling about it as well, which means I'm probably not going to like you, Mr. Casey.
It's been fun reviewing Flavour Boss over the last 6-7 months, and I enjoyed doing the last review.
Yeah. Good evening, Conway. How are you? And Zan says you're dumped, you bastard.
Dumped, you bastard.
Good evening, Phil. Good to see you in, sir.
Hello, Phil.
It's Philip.
Philip. Are we ready, Roy?
Yeah. Oh, it's on screen. There you go.
Great. You recently raised a lot of money for charity. What did you do to raise that money? How much did you raise, and what was the reason for that particular charity? And if you look at the cast, that's part of the answer.
That's lovely. Purple's my favourite colour, in case you were wondering, by the way.
It's very bright. It's definitely a very bright shade of purple.
Yeah, I had my hair that colour for a while.
Yeah, my scalp bled for 3 weeks.
Oh God!
It bled?
I had to get my hair completely and utterly bleached right through the pores, so the purple could actually take effect.
Yeah, because
So-
you need to have the peroxide in it first.
And the peroxide was in for 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you do to raise the money? How much did you raise, and what was the reason for the particular charity?
$3,500 was the final total, just over
Superb.
3,510. It was done for Alzheimer's Scotland, mainly because the in-laws, I call them the in-laws, they're not actually in-laws, but he's got Alzheimer's and she's got vascular dementia, so they still live at home, but it's
Hi, Jamie.
a lot of hard work and stuff like that. So, no, that was the reason for it. I'm not going to go into it because it's far too depressing. But it's just the unfortunate part of life, and dementia and Alzheimer's being the biggest killer.
Very noble cause for you to raise some money for. So massive well
all
done.
jokes aside, with the purple hair, and I did take the piss a lot. It was honestly fair play to you. You've done amazing.
I got part of my revenge on you by thinking that I had a special video for you from a Man United player.
Do you know that really upset me?
I know.
That really upset me.
He all excited and contacted me about it.
I told him, I think I've got a United player saying Vape City reviews.
And
You bastard.
I did turn around and say that revenge is sweet.
Yeah.
And now it's come up again, so... But yeah, no, it was a raffle and just I dyed my hair.
Would you do it again?
Probably. It's only hair, it grows out.
Yeah, of course it does.
That's what a lot of people, I mean, the first few days that I had it done and I was going through town and there was a lot of people just staring at me and I'm like, what the hell are they staring at? Obviously not really clocking on to the fact that I am basically ultraviolet purple. I'm like this beacon of light walking down the street in the middle of the night. So,
Yeah, I was, when I did mine, I just did it because it was a Tuesday. But I went to a local motorcycle race and I got told by an 18-year-old who had green and white hair that I am an embarrassment to the female population and that I should go and curl up in a corner and die because I was too old to have my hair that colour.
I would turn around and tell them to go and lose their cherry, they might lighten up a bit.
I did. I want to tell you what, when your mastap's wiping the dribble off your chin, then you can come back to me with an insult. Cheerio, love.
Hi, Malika.
Hi, Monica.
Okay, I'm down to my last two questions. And if anybody in chat wants to ask Graham anything, please feel free. So, has the introduction of hardware to the Flavour Boss website been a success?
Yes. It's another part of Flavour Boss being a one-stop shop for everyone. When the VG, the PG and the next shots come in, the 250 shots, at that point you can buy everything from us at that point. It's something that we'll just add in gradually. It's what people are asking for that we're bringing in. So it's the same with regards to the juice and stuff.
Supply and demand type of thing?
Yeah, kind of, pretty much. It's not huge amounts of hardware that we're stocking. So,
do you plan to expand on that if the demand's there, obviously?
If the demand's there, then yeah, sure. But one of the concerns from a lot of people was the fact that we would stop focusing on the juice as much, and that's just, it's not the case. it's just not the case. Flavour Boss always and will be a DIY liquid place. The hardware comes second to it.
Yeah, cool. Alright, my last question. How was it winning the first place Best Value e-liquid in the e-cig Click Awards?
That was surprising. The whole thing around that was rather hilarious. We didn't expect to get nominated in 7 categories. We were the most voted for company, or the most nominated company, I should say. So yeah, it was a surprise, and I think the Best Value e-liquid were, I think the results were hidden, if I remember rightly, so nobody could actually see who was voted for in that one.
They were up for a wee while and then they took the results down.
Yeah, so we didn't know how that one was going to go.
What have you done?
Ach, for fuck's sake. Are you looking at the cast?
Yeah.
Like, just because you put purple hair up, you didn't need to do that.
You're right. No.
Oh, what a pretty picture.
Oh, I know.
It's
That's,
like
believe it or not, Graham, that's actually one of the tame ones. You should see some of the ones we have seen.
It looks like he's got something in his hand that's about to hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Right, well, you can all fuck off. I'm done.
Alex.
Am I going to Vape Fest this year? No, is the short answer to that. I got banned last year. I don't know if I'm allowed to go back this year.
What? The fuck?
Yeah. Somebody thought that I was going to go and sell Boss shots out the back of my car in the car park.
Really?
Oh yeah. So I got this message from Nathan, whoever it was, saying, "Oh, you're only trying to backtrack because because you've been caught." And I'm like, do you seriously think I would travel all the way down to Vape Fest with a busload of people? Because I was going down with 48 other people, and none of them went because of it. I goes, well, I'm banned, I'm not going to take them. I goes, do you honestly think I'm going to sell Boss shots out of my car when I'm coming down in a bus? Anyway, so yeah, I probably won't be at Vape Fest because I'm probably going to be in America for a friend's 40th birthday.
Good night, John. Thanks for popping in, buddy.
See you later, John.
See you later, John.
Get well soon, mate.
Bye, John. So yeah, no, I'm probably not going to go to Vape Fest because I think that is about the time that I'm going to the States.
That's the outdoor one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vape Fest.
Yeah. Never been. Was going to go last year, but supposedly I'm going to be selling Boss shots out the back of my car. So.
Graham, Richard was on Facebook earlier on. You seen his question? I don't think he's in chat, but if he watches the replay about he wanted to know about jasmine flavouring. What's that about? Is that your happy face again?
No, that's my leave me alone face. I don't like floral vapes in any way, shape or form. Jasmine does work in a couple of bits. It does, but I just don't like it.
Is that like Element done one called, was it Zen?
That should have been put straight into the fucking bin instead of people's.
It was fucking vile. Absolutely vile. And that was meant to be tomorrow. The face of Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
That's my wife, yeah. That's.
I was about to say something else here, but that's your wife, so I'm not going to say anything else now.
No, here, Tommy, she can.
No, crack on, she can handle herself.
She can take it, yeah.
It depends what face he was making.
You can't get it.
Yeah, as Roy said, Daniel, unfortunately you can't give it, hence why Maggie's got cobwebs.
I don't know why I
Well,
put
think
myself through this.
I think this is more space than does that.
Well, I'm waiting to see this one
Oh,
then.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm looking down, waiting to see it load up.
I'm scared now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Gabriel Boss based in Bolton.
Yes, it is.
It is Conway. Conway is a shop in North Wales, but he, again, like yourself, he tends to support quite a lot of smaller reviewers.
Yeah.
And he's ever present supporter in here and also in the UK as well. So.
Guys, I have to pop off a wee minute.
Oh, somebody's getting a slap.
No, he's maybe been back building his way for a Vape.
He's probably going to go and clear her cobwebs.
Oh, that'll take all the 10 seconds then.
That's a 10, you're being nice.
Apparently, according to last week's show, it's no bigger than a mushroom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good afternoon, big guns.
Big guns!
Hi.
Oh, a good show.
I had 10 times better service than myself. Oh god, Maggie. I take it you're a regular shopper in Ann Summers then?
Are you interested in some vape lube?
I think she needs some of Sinner's chloroform first of all, not Daniel out, and then she can use the lube on him.
Here, what does this rag smell of?
Damn it, Daniel, he woke up the child now as they put him back to sleep. That's a running, we have sort of VC chats at night, Graham, and the running joke is that Daniel's in the same room as his child, goes, shh, don't wake the child up. So
it doesn't help that Daniel has a squeaky chair, so every time he moves you're just hearing this yeah. And how the hell the child hasn't woke I don't know how many times with that chair.
But he constantly does that.
Yeah, he rocks back and forward on it.
Yeah, I normally do that. My office is downstairs at the moment because there's a leak. So I'm down in the dining room just now, so I'm normally in my chair and rock back and forth.
So how long have you vaped for, Graham?
5 years. 5 years, 1 month and 11 days.
Not
Wow.
Not that you're counting.
I quit on the 1st of January, so it's pretty easy for me to remember.
Yeah. It'll be 3 years for me on the 19th of February.
Excellent.
I smoked my last cigarette.
It's my mother's birthday today.
Have you just remembered?
It's your mum's birthday today and you didn't tell me.
I've just remembered.
You tat.
Lucky enough I've got a card here, and lucky enough straight after this show I'm going round to the house. So,
Yeah, you dodged a bullet there, babe.
yeah. That's when he's back. That's when he's lost in the sauce. How many hours, damn it? It'll be 16
Yeah,
hours.
if he's having a Vape, it could be a while. Oh shit, he's
No,
back.
I'm back.
He's
And I had the earphones on, I heard all that, just fucks.
I know that. Why do you think we did it?
Daniel Pump Squirt Casey.
Thank you.
Pumps.
Thank you, Craig. She's 82.
3. No, you told me she was 82, so she'll be 83.
No, she's 82.
God. Why do you not know how old your mother is, like?
In fairness, I don't know how old my mother is either.
Petrol shop flowers then. No. This cast finishes at 4:30. So the time I sort of make my way around, I'll be able to go past. Who could flap to M&S?
Fancy fucker.
Get it from my, yes, from my mother.
Yeah,
Although
well,
I'll get-
his mum shops in M&S anyway, so...
Although I'll get told off for actually buying her flowers or buying her a present, I will suffer half an hour of, yeah, no need to do that.
That's a mother's prerogative though, you should know this by now.
We went to M&S once. I felt so out of place. And we must have put 7-8 items in the basket, and it was about 45 quid. And I vowed I wouldn't go back to the place. Too expensive. That's for the likes of Mackenzie up there.
I shop at Tesco.
Same. Tesco's like 5 minutes walk that way from here.
What am I doing? I'm racking my computer.
Has anybody in chat got any more questions for Mr. Mackenzie? Which is really good of you to give up some of your valuable time and appear on our show today, so thank you.
It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine.
This is show number 2 for us, by the way. So.
A little.
Yeah, we only officially launched this time last week.
Do you not think little got awful expensive?
Yes.
I'm starting to sound like a cheapskate.
You
But
are.
when-
Oh, you are.
Look at that though.
Maggie, please, sorry for
They
you.
did. When Little like first opened up, everything was about 12p, and just bit by bit by bit, they're a dear hole. I wouldn't go near them.
Your wall is a little bit like your hairline. It just constantly recedes.
Have you noticed that as well?
Yeah.
It's getting higher. My forehead's
Oi,
like a fucking
put the-
lantern strip.
Put the hair back on again. We're getting the shine off the camera.
Fuck you. But it really is. It's starting. I'm going really grey.
Yeah. That's
Had a full
everything
head.
without talking to me.
I had a full head of black hair when I met Maggie, and now I'm half grey. That's what getting married does to you.
Steve, Dave,
That's what
I could
happens
well
when you don't
believe that.
satisfy your wife.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that?
It says that's what happens when you don't satisfy your wife.
Well, my wife can't be satisfied. Trust me.
Well, you can't with a mushroom, can you?
A button mushroom at that.
You can all fuck off.
As I keep telling you, Daniel, I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
Well, that's also true. I shop at Lidl. Only problem is I have to tie my sheep to the lamppost outside.
You see that, Kissy?
You still have black pubes, Casey. Maggie, Maggie, come on!
Because what you don't realise is, Daniel,
said I was the
when you
king
sleep
of
at night,
overshare.
he colours them in with a Sharpie.
Spoilers, Vex.
He squints up
Yes.
the moon just for his pubic hair.
See, when this cast goes off, I'll tell you a wee bit more about what Maggie gets up to. It's really not for everybody else to hear. But shit, Maggie is wild. Absolutely wild. You wouldn't even believe it.
Maggie, you haven't talked to you, I guess? Or something like
Some
that?
of the
I'm just
situations.
watching for the frying pan coming launching in from his left hand side, you know.
Some of the situations she has had me in is Maggie has no filter. There's literally no filter on her at all, and it's hacked.
Which is the best way to be.
Zan, you're lucky, Casey. Mine are grey. How did we get from talking nice and serious to
Think
grey
you-
He
pubes?
uses to shave his arse and expects me to use it after him.
Oh no!
I like Steve Dave's comment there. Just for men for the pubes. Lovely.
Okay, so how's the sunbed sessions going?
The what?
Sunbed sessions?
Some bad sessions.
Are you making yourself moist, Ryan? Oh dear.
I'm broke. I give up.
Oh, fuck's sake, Ryan.
Fucking cracks me up.
Filthy bastard.
And I just have this image of this razor with really stringy black hair in it now.
Oh god, no, Graham, don't.
She would take the razors and sits in the bath, fucking making herself all baldy, and she puts the razor back up on the shelf, and I cut myself to pieces with it.
Right.
Jesus, Darren.
I'm sitting here with an electric toothbrush.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sitting here with an electric toothbrush.
Your worst flavour of e-liquids you have vaped this week? Probably chocolate. I'm trying to get the chocolate right at the moment, and it's just... ugh.
Simple, Mr. Conway.
Oh,
Yeah,
you said
avoid-
that tasted
avoid that
like...
at all costs. You might as well just throw a bottle of Jeff onto your coils and vape it.
I've been attempted to make one, Graham.
Oh god.
Look it up. I'm on version... I know. It's getting darker. I'm on version... I got my own labels and all done, thinking I was big balls.
Hiya, Tony. How are you, mate?
This is probably version 7 or 8. And it's bourbon, vanilla, brandy, and ice cream. So it's meant to be like with a wee bit of hazelnut.
Nice.
So it's like a bourbon and brandy, vanilla ice cream with a touch of hazelnut.
That
That's
sounds-
the picture
that sounds
I had in my
nice.
head. I was trying to do something that just hadn't been done.
I've got
And
one.
Like this. It vapes like feet.
No,
like musty
mine
feet.
doesn't
Funny.
taste or smell like feet.
Funny.
Yeah,
Reach down
yeah.
to
Is it exactly the same flavour?
Sorry,
I
say
don't
that
know what
again,
flavours
Roy.
you've used, but it's vanilla bourbon with brandy on ice.
With hazelnut?
What?
No, hazelnut.
I mean, that's been sitting about 2 weeks now. I'm gonna maybe try it again in a week. It smells lovely, but it just vapes like fucking musty
Yeah,
feet.
you need to let it go to steep for a while, especially because it's got ice cream and that in it.
Is that
I'm
not a
assuming
bit?
that you've got cream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you need to let it steep a bit longer.
I'll let it sit and give it a go, maybe in a few weeks. But that's like version 8 or 9. It's that hard to get something just right.
My gin and tonic's on version 63.
Jesus
Colour that.
Christ. I've never tried a gin liquid. I know Richard brought out a line, didn't he?
That one there of mine, Daniel, is strawberry.
Oh, hi
white,
Tony, I missed you.
Strawberry white chocolate.
Fuck's sake, Daniel, why
Meringue.
black?
What's that?
Pay
What's that?
attention, man.
Strawberry,
What is that?
Strawberry white chocolate.
Ross, would you shut up?
It's my juice. I'm telling you what it is.
Oh, right, strawberry.
Strawberry
White
white
chocolate
chocolate
meringue.
meringue.
Strawberry and white chocolate meringue.
Yeah,
Yes,
It's gorgeous.
it is actually.
Is it?
Yes.
I need to be more strawberry in it though. There's only one sort of strawberry in it. That's whenever I was trying to use my mixology skills from making cocktails. What's the music? You've got music playing.
It's not
No,
music.
that wasn't
It's
music.
somebody's electric toothbrush.
It's just,
Maggie!
do you want to
Turn your camera around. Daniel, turn your camera around.
Oh, right, it's the...
It's her
That's
implement
what
of
we do.
pleasure.
She's such a Dixie trying to live with her. Honest to God. It's hard going.
Roy, you are low with a slight reverb. Yeah, I can't get. If I get my mic sorted, Tony, everybody else's mic messes up. So I'd rather prefer to say low and leave the rest of the gubby ones.
So there's Big Guns. I miss Big Guns.
Big Guns has been in a long time, Daniel.
Yeah, Big Guns has been in for a while.
I've completely ignored chat.
Exactly. Is that the same razor
What's
that
your-
was stuck in Daniel's arse this morning?
stuck up his arse.
I'm trying
Wouldn't
to
surprise me, Steve. Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm trying to take the conversation away from the filth of my wife. A drain hole full of arse hair? Jesus, Steve.
What?
That's what you should do for a charity raffle. Wax your arsehole.
Backsack and crack, anyone?
My arsehole might not have any hairs in it.
Okay.
It does have hairs in it though.
That's way more information than I needed. And Darren,
You can get
that's
Maggie to
especially for
lie.
you, okay?
Maggie would be delighted to wax my arsehole, and she has asked me on several. She gets a girl up to the house who would do your nails and do your waxing, and they've asked me a few times to get waxed.
Daniel,
It's like a woolly jumper on there.
Daniel, have you seen Conway's comment?
We have sent you a parcel, Vape City. Should I be scared, Philip?
Very triangle.
Is this a carry triangle? Oh, Jesus, Maggie, I love you. You crack me up, man.
Oh, look, he's sulking now.
How did she even get a spanner?
Because she was awarded a spanner last week. She deserves a spanner for having to put up with you.
No, he is the spanner.
That's a fair point, actually.
See, before we started, I thought to myself, we'll be all nice with Graham and then we'll rip the shit out of him by the end of the show, and it's just, again, fucking fell back on me.
I
Oh,
wonder why.
lamb and mint sauce. Yeah.
Lamb with mint sauce. Lovely.
You gotta be taking the piss.
I'll send you like a chicken curry one if you want.
Oh, Jesus, no, fuck.
Oh yeah, Vaping Brew done a chicken tikka one time. That was mental.
Hey,
Tony, good to see
is
you
there
back at the
even, why
studio.
is there concentrates for that?
What's Brew? Brew's got chips and red sauce.
Yeah, he's got French fries and tomato ketchup.
Oh wow.
And is there a concentrate on sale for that?
Yes. If you, at
Yes, there is.
Expo on October there was a stand near the Vape Escape, and they had 470 odd different flavours. Everything from chicken kebab to
Why?
strawberry to.
Didn't they have like a chicken Kiev one as well?
Yeah.
So they're basically a garlic flavoured e-liquid.
Oh, for the love of fuck.
Yeah.
So, and I did try a couple of them.
Yes, they did cheese as well.
I tried the
That's right.
I tried the garlic one, and it was vile.
That's what I'll do. I'll do like a bacon toasted sandwich with cheese for you.
Oh, that sounds.
Shut it, Graham! You just made me hungry now.
Oh, fine. You'll vape it and you'll never be hungry again.
They need to brew a cup of stop being stinking bastards.
No, that's
Cheese
what happens
flip.
when Daniel opens his legs. You just see this overwhelming smell of cheese and green vapour just coming up.
For fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
I was at a vape meet coming up on 2 years ago now, and they decided to do a chili challenge, and they just took VG PG and threw a lot of chili sauce into it, and Mr. Vaping Brew, who's in the room, loved it that much he took a bottle of it home with him. This stuff made everybody's eyes water. We had to open the doors. Just the vapour from it sitting in the room with this vapour made everybody's eyes water, and Darren took a bottle of that shit home.
Phil, I'd like to say I appreciate that, but I'll do my best. Well, I'm always brutally honest anyway in my reviews. I'd say, to be honest, it's hard to get. There's very little really bad liquids out there. Yes, there's stuff that might not be to my taste, but there's very.
Is that spook juice that bad?
Yes. I love my lemon vapes. And that lemon meringue tart, I thought, yeah, that's going to be nice. Smelled it in the bottle and everything. It smelled absolutely amazing. And I was saving it for when I took possession of this.
Graham.
And I whacked up the Twisted Messes Gold AF and threw it onto it and vaped it, and thought that tastes a bit funky. And I thought maybe I just need to let it sit for a minute, let the cotton break in. But the more I vaped on it, the worse it got. So that was one fill on the dripper, and that was it. It's never going to be touched again. It was
Graham,
rotten.
watch my review on it. It's only 3.5 minutes long.
Alright, okay.
And just look at my face, and that will tell you just how bad it is.
Why do you drink Lucozade Sport? You're not sporty.
You're a wanker.
Because he's run out of Red Bull.
I've just polished off a big Red Bull. She only lets me drink one of them a day.
You shouldn't drink that at all. I'm against that stuff completely.
I know.
I
know. She gives me all sorts of hell for it, so that's why I moved on to Lucozade Sport. I drink an awful lot of that. I do.
But no, Graham, it is like literally going into the kitchen, getting a bottle of Jif, and putting it onto your vape.
There's a few lemon vapes that have come out quite like that, so I can probably tell the two concentrates that they're using that would probably turn it into Jif.
Fucking foul, whatever they are.
No, because we only have about 13 minutes left, so has anybody in chat got any more questions for Graham before
Time is going quick.
this ends? And hey Graham, I've one. Is there any liquid? No, I'm being nice. You have ripped the fucking shit out of me. I don't care. I'm staying professional. Is there any
professional?
Is there any liquid you have released that you've regretted? As in, it got a bad feedback and you were like, and maybe pulled it.
Mountain Honeydew is probably one of them. But this is the thing though, there's liquids that are not
What are you
popular
up to,
in the
Roy?
UK
I see that look on your face. What are
in
you
the
up to?
slightest. So Mountain Honeydew was not popular in the UK at all, but it's phenomenally popular in Sweden and Germany and stuff like that. So when we pulled it, we didn't expect the backlash from that so quickly. When we
Do you vape them in house first?
Yeah.
And is it just on in house before you release it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you muted?
Seriously, you have him muted. That's cruel.
so you're now making me look like some sort of psycho.
Sitting talking to yourself.
back up now.
You can tell it's level of class when he's using a smoke device.
That actually, I had that about 8 months ago and sold it, and it got sold and it got passed to someone else and passed to someone else, and I seen it up for sale last week and bought it back. It's cheap, 30 quid.
Yeah, I'll
That's my wee. That's my wee fancy one there. The Lost Vape Mirage. Look at you elitist.
You say Graham's a man of taste.
I can't work the G class. I had a G class and got rid of it after a couple of days.
Is it because
Yeah,
it's
but
just
you
a little
didn't
small
play
knob
with
that
it.
you're used to playing with too much?
Yeah, you need to work
Fuck
the
off,
nipple.
Graham.
You need to work the nipple.
See, to change your wattage, you have to do a fucking in the one menu, down through the sub menu, backwards, forwards, up, down.
No,
It's
you don't.
hectic.
You don't.
No.
To change your wattage, you
right?
press the button and then scroll either up or down. Duh.
Brew's got a question for you, Graham.
Who?
Brew, Vaping Brew. How much is Graham regretting coming onto the show?
Nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Especially with yeah, Conway, I totally agree, mate. The Smog X-Press does look really cool.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I like
Is that the one that looks like a mobile phone?
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one with it's sort of edge to edge, and there's like a wee bit in the corner, bottom right
Yes,
hand corner
your
for
up
your
and down
wattage.
buttons are down in the
Yeah.
bottom right hand corner.
I think
yeah.
that looks nice.
I think
It's
it looks
probably
good.
going to break on the first drop, but I think it looks nice.
I like it in the gold. I have to
Can't
say,
wait.
I do like it in the gold.
Mod,
William
no.
Murphy's got a
What mod, Graham?
drag.
Custom made.
Are you getting one done?
350 quid.
Stabwood?
600-year-old oak.
Oh, nice.
Who's doing that?
See Bill Burton,
Abstract.
he can make mods for 25 quid.
Yeah, he's just buying bits and putting them together.
Yeah, I
It's
think the
already made
DNA
before it
board
gets to him.
than the mod.
What board's going into it?
250.
250 board. That's a bit fancy.
Yeah,
Is that an
I
X?
totally agree. The Smog hating is boring now.
I don't have an issue with smoke products. The issue I have with smoke are their coils don't last.
The coils are shite. Totally agree, but the mods themselves. Just like
Yeah, the mods themselves are good.
Ryan has a question there. Did you see that? Graham, can you tell him the benefits of having an SX Mini compared to a DNA 200?
Chip performs better, but that's about it.
Chip
Well,
performs better with an SX mod, and your battery life lasts longer because the DNA mod just saps the batteries, just zaps all the power right out of your batteries.
Am I right in saying with the DNA board to alter or change any of the settings you have to go onto your computer, go through eScribe, where on the SX Mini board it can all be done within the mod itself?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I think I might get myself a wee Raspberry Pi, modify it down a bit to use as a, and make it into a mod. I think a Raspberry Pi board would actually be quite good in a mod.
You only get lifetime warranty if you've actually paid the proper retail price for it.
That's 100% right. A lot of 350s in there. What does that mean?
Don't know. You have to expand, Ryan.
Bet it takes 350 hours to make.
The guy that's making mine is taking longer than that. Should have had it by October and it's now February.
Has he got your cash?
Yes.
That's why.
Are you going to get it?
Well, I've seen the photo of it milled, so
Oh, well,
You wouldn't want to be.
full time, Man United got beat.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
it doesn't surprise me.
Who were they playing anyway?
Newcastle.
Newcastle won a Premier League home game for the first time since October with a surprise victory over second place Manchester United. Red Devils missed a string of chances.
600-year-old, not 350.
You wouldn't take that out of the house, Graham, would you?
No.
It's a desk mod.
Yeah, you'd be
is-
frightened to take that out of the house.
It'll go in the safe when I have friends come round to visit.
Or you could put it up for a wee raffle.
No.
You could donate it to Vape Lounge NI.
You could send it out to me and I'll review it. Send it out to me and I'll review it.
And you can.
And then you'll never see it again.
That's the name ruined. Well, anyway, has anybody else in chat got any more questions for Graham before we wrap this up?
I've got one. Would you be brave enough to come back in this show again?
Yes, fine.
There you
I
go.
get to take the piss out of KC. It's all good.
Oh yeah.
Happy days.
Payback's a bitch, Graham.
Do you think my revenge on you is finished
A bit
yet?
of spam in chat.
You posted it 3 times. I have got you back twice. There is one more to come.
Hey, Big Jam. Big Jam, you're a bit late to the party, man. We're about to go off air. You should have been here 2 hours ago. But you
Big
know.
Jam, that's Mark. Hi, Mark. How's it going?
He's got a shop
With thick-
somewhere, isn't he? He works in a shop.
Mark, no, that's Mark Horner. Mark's going to come in, hopefully, in one of the shows in the coming weeks.
Oh, was that the
do-
Mark that was talking about the coil building?
Mark Horner, I'm near sure that's right,
Sweet.
John. And he's
Sweet.
going to do like a coil building type show thing. There's a quick question there from Ryan. Graham, what's your favourite flavour from your range?
Dessert wise is between blue custard and stripple. Fruit wise is probably between Dictator's Lemonade and probably Pineapple Splish now.
That's one of the newer ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's slow blow clone.
Nasty Juice?
Yeah,
Yep.
you had me at pineapple.
Yeah.
And okay, folks, just if you haven't already done so, subscribe to our YouTube channel and also subscribe to the Facebook page. Also stuck in the links there to Daniel and to myself, but also I've also put in a link there to Flavor Boss website. So get yourselves over there and have a wee snip around there and keep doing business.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go shopping, I think, because some of those flavours that he was just rhyming off there just sound perfect for me. So yes, I may be doing some shopping.
And that's the Facebook
Excellent.
group there for Vape Lounge, for
Flavour Boss.
Quick question there from William Murphy to everyone. What's your favourite flavour of all time? Start with Graham.
Blue custard.
Blue custard. Roy, favourite flavour of all time?
Gummy Dude Grape. Soda.
Bunny.
Tony's Raz Lemonade.
Sounds nice. Raspberry lemonade,
I'm
I'm
working on one
assuming.
of them at the moment.
There's not.
Yeah, and he does a blue version of it as well, and both are equally as nice. I can honestly say Tony's is probably the best e-liquid I have ever had in my life.
He also does a strawberry pina colada.
Oh, which is to die for.
I am also working on mojitos as well just now.
Really?
I don't. There's not enough alcoholic type e-liquids.
Because alcohol gives off a bad taste.
Can it be
Alcohol.
replicated though in another way? No.
Yes.
You know, I've tried because I was in a past life mixologist for alcoholic cocktails and non-alcoholic cocktails, and it doesn't transcribe well across the e-liquids.
No, it doesn't. I used to do it as well.
So it doesn't, having the knowledge, but it does help in one sense, Graham. What I have found is how you add the flavours into the initial concentrate
Yeah.
also can affect how you get that to come back out again.
Yeah.
So if you put, say, a strawberry, then a vanilla, and then put another flavour on top of that, the strawberry and the vanilla might be there in the forefront, but the third flavour you put in would be then coming out in the background.
Depending on what it is, yeah, there's various different ways to layer stuff, so it can take a while, hence the reason why I'm on version 67, I think, of my gin one at the moment.
Yeah, it's like, well, I know from
That's shocking.
Alex from Donut Dude, when he made the strawberry donut dude, it took him 18 months to perfect the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a struggle. I've give up on making meal. I actually might get some tips off you, Graham, for getting this one finished.
Yeah, I'll speak to you about it later.
Because that has my head absolutely. I'm on one of the biggest problems is that's sitting at about 22% concentrates,
I
and
can do
I'm
that.
not finding enough flavour,
The one that I'm at 16%.
and I'm finding that very mild in flavour. And I don't know if it's because it's pre-steep. It might be, but
It depends on the amount of cream and stuff you have.
I'll have a chat with you about it, see if you can help me with it. I will.
Okay, on that happy note then, folks, what we'll do is we shall say our goodbyes. Graham's network is going funny again.
Back. I'm back. I paid the bill again.
Okay, so, Bonnie, would you like to say your goodbyes?
Yeah, cheerio folks, thank you very, very much to each and every one of you for stopping in. Some great questions, loads of giggles. Make sure and tune in again next week. See you all then.
Graham? Any final words?
Bye.
Daniel?
Have fun talking about his arsehole hair.
Oh, thanks.
A big thanks to Graham for coming on. Graham, honestly, I know you took the piss out of me for about an hour and a half, but I really appreciate you taking the time out to come on to our little show.
It would have been 2 hours, but I had internet problems.
He did, but a big thanks to everybody in chat as well. So if it wasn't for you guys, the show would be shit.
That is true.
Exactly. And from me, thank you very much. Big shout out to Mike Hawk.
No, Ryan, no, we're not doing that one again this week.
He just done it.
Exactly. Big shout out to Mike Hawk.
Bastards.
But yes, chat, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody, and to the shop owners who all have had it up on the big screens. Thank you to them as well. And next week's show will be coming live from E6 Shop in Antrim.
Yay!
So, tune in
Vape Lounge on tour! Ha ha!
And that starts 3 weeks of touring. Not hurrying, but touring.
Or a bit of both.
Yeah, we'll
Bring a wee bottle of vaping rape. That's going to be a thing.
Don't let James.
That
hear
is going to be a thing.
James will make one. James
Yeah,
will make one.
that's just going to be trending on Twitter now, guaranteed.
So good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be.
He had to do it, didn't he? He just had to do it. Shit. Bye guys, see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.